Hi, everyone.
We're running
Run
through
through
the
the
jungle,
jungle.
everybody. Trina, I just saw that big cat behind us. We might want to tread a little quieter this time. Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's Tuesday. It is a
Yeah.
second look, and so if you're here, it's all
Mhm.
right. You can look twice. It's perfectly allowable, or
Allowed.
yeah, I guess it could be allowable too. I guess.
True
Why
that.
not? I mean, it's all in there. As he's actually, as the bus driver here is, I am hitting buttons, but now
Yes,
I'm paying attention to the road. The other time I was smoking a cigarette and, having a martini. Yeah, like,
absolutely.
right. That's in another parallel universe, someone out there, right?
Yeah,
So how are you, Trina?
I am wonderful. Things are, feels like the energy shifting. It's wonderful. It's good. It's still crazy, bumpy roads ahead of us, but that's going to bring forth
You
some
look
beautiful
fabulous today.
positive
I have to
change.
just say,
Well, thank you.
you just
I,
look
you know, I,
stunning.
yeah, yeah, the whole angel thing, it sometimes it makes you feel like you want to wear white, and then I feel in goddess energy, so turquoise, and
Hmm.
yeah,
We're going to
turquoise.
talk a little bit about
Yeah,
something because I had a dream and I was telling Trina about it. But
yeah.
first of all, hello, everybody in the chat room,
Hi,
everybody
everyone.
listening. How
Much
are
love.
you? All the moderators. There's just, I think they're all in here, Trina.
I
Deborah,
love
Truex,
them
how you doing?
all.
Nina, how you doing? Gaia and Paul. Pedro, how are you doing? From Portugal, much
Hi.
love. Nina, Mystic, how you doing? Jackie, Kelly, Martin, and
Yep,
Heidi. And
yep.
I know Tony, the puppy dog, is there. Susie Q, how
Yeah.
are you? Lost in space. Got to give him the space. Robert V,
Yeah.
good to see you. Energy
Robert.
Shifter, Elderberry, Loretta,
Mm.
Jules. Lucky Smith, how you doing? Francis, good to see you, buddy. S. Lee, and hey, Jenny, got to get you back on, girl. Open-minded, and Julie, how are you doing? So we just speak
Mm.
favor over all of us, protection. We
Yeah.
just invite the goddess of all creation here. We give
Mm.
her space and we give her honor and respect.
Yes.
And, that's kind of bringing in that protection, Trina. Just,
Yes.
our voice, our
Yes.
words, frequency, modulation, vibration. Yeah,
Yeah.
our if we could see it, Trina, and it's really interesting. I was doing some mirror work this morning, and my
Mhm.
body began to have this glow. I mean, it was like
Yes.
on the top of here. I could actually see it up through here, and I began to realize, our words have the same light vibration if we could see that light.
It's very interesting you said that. One of my friends captured that on film of me. There's a picture of me, and I have a white glow hue around me. And she's sitting right beside me, and you can see it's just surrounding me. And it was right after I did a ceremony honoring her mother's passing and putting some ashes into some sacred places.
Wow.
And it was amazing. And the wind picked up and thunder came and it rained all around us. And we were protected by a dome and barely just got barely sprinkled on. It was magical. It was amazing. What
Magic is real,
it really is. And
it
it's
is.
it's so powerful when you don't even try and you're just
Hmm.
doing things out of honor and love and respect of your ancestors and your family, and magic just awakens around you. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that glow, I my friend was like, "You're glowing." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I am glowing." It was very interesting. So
I think
yeah,
a lot of
that's
people could
real.
see that if
Yeah.
mirror work is so phenomenal. And when you start doing the self-talk, um, someone said I just started reading Word Magic. It's a powerful book. We
Powerful
still are
book.
in it.
Yeah, I love it.
But it's quite amazing because when you start getting into that semi-trance, that you realize that the reflection is what we see is not the true reflection. There is the real me, but I love my body. My body has a spirit. And it was real interesting because I injured myself this morning and I had to apologize to my body because, as I was telling Lynn, I said, the manufacturer gave me just so long of an arm, right?
Right.
And no matter how much positive thought you want to project, there's you just aren't going to make it that way. And when I was doing that, I pulled the cartilage in my rib cage. So long story short, I told you what happened in the shower. The shower is a temple, the way I look at it. It's really the only time, Trina, that you are truly who you are in what has been given us. Each one of us have one. And we can become surrounded, because water is an element. Water is spirit. In fact,
Yes.
I read in many different holy books, the water is life.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's what they would consider the essence of the Holy Spirit, because it's the principle or messenger that allows you to receive because it's programmable. It's the ultimate. It's the
Yeah, it
ultimate
is
programmer.
programmable.
Yes, it is. The ultimate
So
programmer.
when you're in the shower, you've got nothing to hide. And I use it as it's sometimes meditative. It's sometimes transformative.
Yes.
There are times when I find myself in a trance,
Yes.
and it's happened numerous times. And I had one of those journeys today, because the thing that was quite striking was early this morning, and we have a digital clock that you can see when you're laying down. It's on the ceiling. And so I'm having this dream, Trina, and I'm in this hall, this great hall. I've been there before. I knew this hall. And what was really odd was that I saw George H. Bush. Why I saw him, I don't know. He was on the other side of this hall. And I thought, well, this is curious. And then I looked back over and he was gone. But what happened next is what really freaked me out. I mean, so much so that I literally leaned up in bed from a deep sleep, freaked dancer out. Lynn's going, what? And when I was in this dream, I'm assuming it's a dream, it's a reality, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But what was really odd, this hall, I've been there many times before. It's a very busy place.
Mm-hmm.
But what really freaked me out was I looked to my right. I had wings.
Yes.
I had fucking wings. I mean,
Yes.
um,
I seen your wings
this is
before,
no
Wade, and
bullshit,
I
man.
wasn't gonna say nothing because sometimes you just gotta wait because you want people to understand. You got to see
Jeez.
it your own self. Nobody could tell you these things. You got to
Well, I
see it your
just
own self.
jumped up in bed, and it
Yeah.
really just kind of freaked me
What?
out. To see yourself with wings. I mean,
Yeah.
so while when I did a little research on this
Mm-hmm.
and what seeing wings means in dreams.
Uh-huh.
And in one, I said, it says wings in dreams, the meaning and symbolism, to dream about wings. Now, I was not dreaming about wings. I
You
had
had
them.
them.
So it says to have wings. Dreaming of having wings symbolizes a trip. You are someone who believes that traveling is the most precious experience in life. Well, we're all traveling. But this is a very positive. In fact, what they wrote here, dreams are about to come true. Another one wrote, having wings, seeing yourself with wings in your dreams indicates that you will experience very favorable news in your life, and you will take a very beneficial step in your life, which will lead to higher degrees of success. Another one says, to dream of wings represents feeling of newfound freedom, success without limitations, freedom to do something you want to do all the time, feeling that nothing can or is holding you back. And particularly if it's white wings,
Mhm.
holy crap, it means that you are like, okay, here's another one. If you're dreaming about having, and folks, they were, Trina, if you saw the typical thing of what we've been programmed as to what angel wings look like, they were.
That's what they looked like.
Yeah. It
Yep.
signals your commitment to success and to achieving your goals. Draw and learn from your experience and lessons. Wisdom and knowledge is now favoring you, which now brings to you wealth and unlimited prosperity. Your dream denotes someone is quite taken favorably of a higher realm to you.
Lilith.
So there you go. How about that?
Yeah, Lilith. Literally, she might be part of that dream too.
Weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Yeah.
get this.
You know, it's so interesting because, you know, when I was little, I was told that I was an earth angel and that I was an angel. And it's funny, I got a feather that was dropped down on me. Remember how we were talking about the feathers and the feathers kept showing up?
Mm-hmm.
It's
They
so
still
interesting.
do.
I know, it's so
You know?
completely amazing. Yeah, I'll find it, but it's we are tapping into
So have you
some
ever dreamt
amazing
of
stuff.
having something like that?
I've seen it in visions. I've seen it.
Have you seen it in a dream? I mean, it freaked me out. I got to tell you, it really did, because
I
the
was in an
indications.
I was in
Go.
an astral vision, like a trance state when this happened. And what it was I was gaining instruction on how to expand my energy and how to
Okay.
build my energy field. And once I got to where I was about 50 times the size of Earth, that's when my energy field seemed to burst forth into an angel. And I
Oh,
was an angel. And that consciousness expanded, and that's when I had to shut it down. I was like, this is too much. I'm going to explode. But so that I literally saw myself become angelic as soon as I expanded myself to a certain level. It was like a butterfly caterpillar. The cocoon broke of the old shell and the butterfly burst forth, and it was me as an angel. That was, I could hold the earth in my hand.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the chat room as we're talking, and I'm curious if anyone else has had such a dream.
And then listen to this on 9/8 of 2013. So as I sat contemplating the possibility that Jesus may be begotten by an angel. So if he was a human and angel, then I was wondering if we were angels before we fell. And then as soon as I had the thought, I saw a white feather float from the sky, and then two smaller ones, even closer. Really, three feathers fell from heaven as I asked that question. And there's the feathers in my book.
How odd, because I'm reading in the chat. Gaia said, someone said to Paul and I yesterday, wow, you both are real angels. And we found a white feather in the middle of the forest of a couple of days ago, white and large. They are
Wow.
talking for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And here is your evidence of that as well. Now, I have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this idea of a fallen state. And I often wonder, is that really the case? I mean, it's like with the soul of Lilith, with Maria Corolli, is her book, that Lilith, when she was sent out by the Magi, El Rami, and to find hell, that's
Mm-hmm.
what he wanted her to do,
Uh-huh.
because that's what her reputation is.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Moon Lilith, evil, the succubus, the whole
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she took possession of this young woman, Lilith said, I searched. I can't find what you described. I can't find any. In fact, she says, why would a loving God create such a thing?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, the only way it exists is because
We created it.
yes, exactly. We
Yep.
created it. And
Mm-hmm.
you and I, before we went live, I was telling you my trance this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So Lilith has the reputation, the goddess has the reputation of, no matter what particular perspective, religious, otherwise, the goddess has always been somehow evil, the evil
Correct.
queen.
Mm-hmm.
The hive has a queen.
Yep.
And much like with Kali,
Yes.
in the Hindu religion, she is both death and life.
Mm-hmm.
But
Have you noticed too, Wayne, that you always see the polarity of it? Because with
always,
Kali, then there's Shiva, which is the healer. And then you've got Lilith and you've got Mary. Mary's the Virgin Mother, the healer, the Queen of Heaven. Yeah, you always have the polarity when you're looking at the feminine, but they've never expressed the duality, the balanced of it. They've only expressed the opposition of it. And they usually focus on the evil, dark part of it. It's twisted. It's all
well,
so
that's
twisted.
why she is, and much like we discovered about Lucifer, I
Mhm.
think they're all the same. Lucifer, Lilith, the goddess, Mary, the Virgin
Mhm.
Mary. Because remember, Jesus said, I did not come to bring peace. I come and I bring the sword.
Yeah.
And he said, I will separate mother and daughter, son and father, wife. And so what I
Mhm.
heard this morning in my session, which was unexpected, destruction is already here. It has to happen because she has to destroy what the maleness part of her created.
Mhm.
And as I heard this morning, that 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 maleness of the personality of the being, it separated, and it created this rift, a veil, we could
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And when this rift happened, there was a time where humans and the spirit realm, which we would call this realm the living realm, I don't think it is, I think it's the death realm, but
Mhm.
we communicated
Mhm.
with the spirit realm. It was very normal.
Yes.
We don't do that anymore, but
No.
I seen the veil is literally dissipating.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. This is another thing, Wayne, that I wrote in 2012, actually on the day of my birthday. I was shown that we were human angels, that we are eternal. I was also shown that the body was like
Hold
a
that thought
bio.
right here. Someone
Okay.
take out this love face XYZ, please. Just simply ban them. Um, we don't need that. Not that is, I'm sorry, Trina. It was
Yeah. Bye
very,
bye.
yeah, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
We
Bye
will
now.
see
Have a
you.
great day. Bye bye.
Yes, yes. All right, continue, my dear.
Yes. Okay. I was also shown that the body is like a biocomputer. That is how we got the veil. It's programmed through the soul, and much of it is given to us from the earth herself. It is made to keep you separated from what you really are. So through that veiling is the only way that you would ever know that you were separate, because it's not true that you're separate, because we're one. So through that veiling process in the biocomputer body, you get the illusion of separation. So why would we want to fall? And why would we want to go into a body? And why would we want to do all these things? And it was simply told to me because we knew we would find our way back. We knew that we could do it. And we knew that we would learn some very hard lessons and go into physical matter. But we would remember, and we would find our way home, and we would be returned to the heavenly realms with a new badge of experience, deemed to be the ones who could affect the material worlds. The earth angels would be born. And I was like, wow. So we were brought here to collect more knowledge. and to learn how to create with wisdom. After seeing the effects of the lower levels of creation. So I was really grateful that I was shown that so simply. It was just like, well, why would you do this? Oh, because you knew you could. I was like, wow. It again confirms how powerful we are, but we've truly forgotten how powerful we are. So it was
Well,
shown to me that inside our DNA is the information of where the divinity within you is hidden. It's the unseen hand that drives you. It is the unseen hand that operates the physical body. This is where spontaneous healing occurs and also illness. Your heartbeat, all of these things are controlled by that unseen part, that unseen hand, which is the divinity that is truly you, which is truly an aspect of creation given to you through the angels.
well, it's a complicated subject, angels, for me. I mean,
Well, I see them as rays of light, inspirational constructs of consciousness is truly their first original essence of what I see them. And then I see the bodies formed down further into the spectrum of energy. But at first, it's thought. It's constructs of consciousness emanating as rays of creativity, I guess would be the best way to put it.
It's the reality that someone pointed out in one of the previous shows, and it's true. We don't see light. Humans don't see light. We actually, what we see is electrical waves, photons that register. So that would imply, on a literal level, we're blind. That we know that humans, what we call natural sight, is limited. If anyone has animals, animals can see into the spirit realm. It's not a surprise to them. That's why most the jinn do not like to be around dogs, because dogs can sense them very quickly. So it gets back to this point when I look at myself, it's the thing with the wings. That's just, it's one of those freaky things. But
excellent.
In the conversation I was having with the goddess, and that's just the thing. It's we talk it about amongst this group. I see it in limited ways in very few other groups. I still see the vast majority giving reverence, accolades, devotion to a male deity god. I still see the feminine, the goddess, being vilified. And the problem now is that the perversion that has taken place is through the sexualization of the female anatomy. It has become polluted in that aspect that most, and I will say this for most males, and I would probably say a great deal of females, they can't get past that.
You're right. And it's just a program. And that program was installed through the patriarchal systems of religion and the ancient systems of religion.
Look how deep that is, though, Trina. It's so real deep. I mean, it's thousands of years.
Right. And that's why they had to get rid of it. If they wanted to control us, Wayne, they would have to get rid of that. Because if people reconnect back to the sacred sexuality and the powers of the divine feminine, they literally become creators. And that's what they're terrified of. And this is why they had to throw everything out of balance and put it into the way it is. It was the only way they could control us.
Well, look at even how today the world is programmed. The world today is, I can tell you, it's everywhere. I am not on the, there's a lot of Christian-based channels out there, but by far the vast majority of the world today believes that this is the tribulation, that this is the apocalypse is upon us. And that this is through the retribution of a male god, but a male savior will come forth and save the world. Again, The problem with all of this is that it is completely the masculine, devoid of any of the feminine. And I had to write to one rabbi that was trying to argue the fact that he says, well, the Western theology, what they've done is that we in as he says, in the true Hebrew belief system, they see God as duality, male, female.
Correct.
And so for them, when they hear the Holy Spirit, the Father, that's bullshit to them. It's just like, that's nonsense. That's what the West came up with, because again, the Savior, they don't believe in a Savior, a Messiah. A Messiah is to basically would unite the two that became one.
Masculine and feminine energy and balance would be Messiah. Yes. And that would be
not a male Jesus Christ, not someone, nailed to some fictional cross.
Yes.
So, and my point to all this, Trina, is that is still where it's rooted. That's why when I was, I just gave acknowledgement to the goddess this morning, folks. This is what I did. I was in the shower and I just in a moment went into a meditative state and just said, I just had a conversation. I said, I just want to honor you and just want to thank you. And the conversation that ensued after that blew me away again.
Absolutely.
So
Wayne, that's high level consciousness.
I think it is, because
it is.
It used to be foreign for me inside to acknowledge a goddess. I got to tell you, it was.
It was for me too.
For a woman, isn't that interesting? Why would that be a challenge?
Well, when I'm 3 years old, my spirit guide is Jesus, which people call him Jesus, but it was never his name to me. He was known as the Lord. Siri, that was it. But I had no consciousness of religion, and I had this masculine male thing in my imagination, and I didn't even have any awareness or teachings or exposure to this. I mean, that was a conundrum. But the energy of that being was always feminine to me. It was more feminine than masculine, which was confusing because it had a boy body, but a mothering, nurturing, loving presence that was like family. There was no worship involved or nothing like that. It was so different, so hard to explain, but this was what I was experiencing as 3 years old. I don't care what anybody says. You can't tell me that you're wrong when you're 3. I think you know more when you're 3 than you know, probably more than you're 50, because you're pure, you're open, you're still connected to spirit. And I have no explanation of why this was, but that's what was. And I knew from the very young age not to ever tell many people about it, or it would be taken from me. That was also hard to process and digest. And I also had an understanding that this person was smarter than every single adult who was supposed to be taking care of me. I knew that they literally were clueless. And that was scary at a 3-year-old. So the masculine God presence thing, oh man, I got hit hard with that. Wow.
I can see that. I mean,
to remember the goddess part was just like, it made me cry for a week when I realized how much of my own self I had forgotten about.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
In the conversation I had today, and like I told you, I was in a trance, but it happens very frequently, and particularly someone in a shower. I mean, but anyway, what I heard was her acknowledging me. And this is what I heard distinctly in my spirit, was that she says, how fortuitous that we should meet. She said, it is an honor for me to address you. And she spoke my full name. And there was another name behind that in a language that I didn't understand. And what I heard in this conversation, I'll synthesize it down, was that humanity has lost her knowledge. 2, that she told me that on a very small percentage, and that's why she adores us, she says she cherishes us, that very few humans have even acknowledged her, much less given her respect. She said that it even grows fewer in number because so many get off track
Yeah.
of once they discover her, they get off into all these other tracks that lead them away. And she says, the very few that come, she says to me, this is what I heard. She says, you are worth more to me than my life. Whoa.
That's
She's a
so
goddess.
powerful, Wayne.
She's a goddess. And
She's a
she,
goddess who is healing because of you.
well, it's interesting that you say that because, when Lilith visited me in March of 2016, that's when she said, I'm giving you this platform. And today I heard that it has honored her even more because what we've done on this, what I've done on this channel is brought another point of view of a goddess that, again, we've lost. And it felt, I got to tell you, I had tears in my eyes because I
It makes
just
me
felt,
cry.
yeah,
It
I
does.
felt such warmth.
That's what I mean.
It was just
We're helping her heal her trauma because she
yeah,
has trauma, and that's why we're here, to heal each other. And if everybody really understood how deep this well goes, you would understand that you are a part of her.
yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
all
That's
connected.
true.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
She's a
Someone
part of
was
you.
saying that the fact that we're so limited because we've been so conditioned,
Yeah. Programs put
programmed.
into the
Yeah.
flesh that
The
run your body
script.
and run your consciousness
Yeah.
that are false. They're
Yeah.
false. It's time to remember. And the remembering, that's what lifts the veil.
Yeah.
What does it? Yeah. And it's happening.
It is. Joe Sapien says, does she recognize me too? I tried
Yes.
calling her, but I'm missing something. No, Joe, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's this Lilith is something. And the thing about it is I never feared her. It's odd. I come out of 50 years of deep Pentecostal Christianity with a lot of Judaism thrown in on it. And here I come and I'm approached by this entity that the world has written to say that if she ever comes near you, woe be your ass, basically. And I have just the opposite experience.
Well, when I saw her, she was in a circle, and I don't know who put her in there or what was going on with that, because I didn't do it. But she was in a protective magic circle, and I stayed outside of it, and I was just like, I'm here in respect. I knew to be very cautious and respectful, but I wasn't afraid.
Mm-mm.
I really wanted to know her. I wanted to feel her heart. And that's when I started to get the trauma and the pain and the frustration and the stuff that was going on. And then I could see how I could see her in so many of the people that I loved and
Mm.
that I knew, and I could see her in so much of this world. And that's when I made the connection to Lilith.
It's,
And
a lot
it
of
was
people will
beautiful
say,
because
well,
she's a beautiful, beautiful being, but she holds a lot of trauma for this world, but she also is learning how to clear it and heal it and balance it. And I think that's why she took this on. Can you imagine how powerful you must be to take on that task?
that
Wow.
would be
Wow. That's what I said.
incredible.
Wow, Wayne.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
She's strong. Whoa, is she strong? But sometimes she feels like she bit off a little more than she could chew. Set
And
her off road.
if the stories are all true, which, I don't know if they are. So I want to show you this, Trina. I want to show you this. See if you can see this. Can you see that?
I will be. Yep, I can see it now.
So that's reality. That's the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
That is all the universe.
Yep.
And they tell us we're somewhere kind of, I think, let me blow this up. Isn't that amazing? These are all galaxies. And
And
this
isn't
is the
that
thing.
amazing? Yeah, we're on that line, that red
Yeah.
line. We're in the red, we're in the root, we're in the material realm, and then everything around it is blue.
So this is my
Interesting.
question. I look at this and I think of this idea of a goddess, creatoress, creator, and that this is the known universe. I mean, it's, 15 billion light years across. And I look at these edges and I'm going, okay, so what's on the other side of the edge? Because look at this, there is something definitely missing here. And I look at this and I'm going, all right, so we consider this reality. This is what we live in. It's unfathomable. But do you really think that there's angels here, that there's demons here, that the messengers of saviors are here? Or is this part of this great, huge, whatever you want to call it? What do you
You know,
see this?
when I look at that, I see it. It's an eye. So it's the perspective of a creational point projecting its creation into existence.
Wow.
And there's many of them.
And that's what, thank you, because this is what I was meditating on when I was looking at this picture, just trying to get the energy, because this is energy. There
Yes.
are trillions, potentially unnumberable amount of life beings. Some may be humanids, some may be bipedals, but there's life here. And I'm thinking to myself,
Yes.
are we connected to the same original creator in all of this, or does everyone in their different realms have a different, you see a different view? I don't
I
know.
think it is a different view, just like it is here, Wayne. We can all witness the same car accident. You'll have 20 different accounts of what
Bingo.
happened depending on what side of the street you were standing on. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what position in that universe you're sitting on is the perspective that you're holding about the creation point that you're existing in, while others on the other side of that existential creation point are experiencing a completely different existence than you could even imagine. It's all present within the whole of the circle. It's all there, but the points of perspective are being held by the individual conscious points of creation, which we are one of those points. It's about the observer, the eye, what's being witnessed, what's being
And
seen.
I want to thank Ben Davidson. It's over Suspicious Observers, because this came out and it's it's the X-ray view of now of the universe.
The
And I'm looking
universe.
at this and, even where there is darkness, there is no darkness.
No.
Do you see that? There, yeah, and I'm
Yes.
picking it. There's a light here that,
Yes, it's different kind of light. It's
yes,
light
thank
still the
you. It's a
same. It's
dark light,
light.
isn't it?
Yes, it's different
Yes,
light.
thank you.
And it's the ultimate glue that makes all other light even
It would appear
possible.
that way, wouldn't
Without
it?
you got it. Without that, none of the other can even manifest.
Wow.
Period.
I mean, I'm
Period.
looking at this and 1,000 thoughts are hitting me that,
Yeah.
there is no such thing as darkness. And if darkness exists on
Mm-mm.
this false edge that we have here, maybe it's because we can't comprehend what's over here. I don't know. And
No,
is
I
this
think
real
it's about
darkness?
memory. It's about breaking out of a memory bank, a memory brain, breaking out of
Mm.
the cell wall, the memory. So what if you want to break out of the universal construct? Somehow you have to figure out how to get beyond the membrane of the universe. And I think if you did that, you would literally just pop into a new one.
I want to be like Thoth. I want to go out, and as I'm traveling out in the universe, I'm seeing level 1 civilizations, level 5s. I'm seeing
Yes.
at the speed of thought. I'm seeing this, and that's what
Yes.
I want, Trina. That's what I said finally to the goddess. I said, I want to be on the other side. I just want to go over there and see what the neighborhood's like.
You know, um, I think that's the true that is the graduation, is when you're brave enough to let go of this illusion that you think is you and to reconnect to that which is truly you, which would definitely be outside of the cell.
And you know what this reminds me of?
You'd be back in the fabric instead of the cell.
This is a fabric, though. Look at this.
It is, but it's individualized.
It looks like a brain to me. It looks like
Yes.
synaptic pathways is what it looks like.
Because Wayne, it's like when you're talking about thought, because that is a thought. That whole universe was based upon a thought. And that thought produced a vibration, and it manifested, after the vibration manifested light, the light manifested physicality, and then form and creation begins to birth through the thought. It's all through the thought and the vision of the dreamer, of the
It's
thinker.
interesting when you talk about thought. I saw Bill Gates in 99, and he had wrote a book, Business at the Speed of Thought.
Yes.
And it was quite remarkable to listen to him speak on this, because it elevated me, as I'm seeing now, spiritually, to understand, as he said, we measure distance by light.
Yes.
But yet thought can supersede,
for sure,
light.
For
Light's
sure.
heavy if you want to. It is way faster.
Faster, lighter, denser, or faster, lighter, and it just moves instant. I think it's the fastest so far is thought.
What I found in this trance I was in this morning, by the way, the telepathy that was going on, the telepathic voice was feminine.
Yes.
I
love when I hear from
female.
that part of myself. Yeah. It's like I said, I was so programmed for the masculine. So it's been very hard to get back to hear that feminine. It was, the first time I ever heard her, Wayne, was when I was at a desert party when I was a teenager, and the girl I was talking to actually got shot. If I wouldn't have moved, I would have been shot too. And I heard the female presence say, "It would be wise to leave now."
Ooh.
And I was like, what was that? And then I was like, did I just hear something? Was that real? And then all of a sudden, "It would be wise to leave now." I was like, whoa, what is that? And she's 3 times. But before the 3rd time she fully uttered it, I turned and moved, and boom, the bullet went right past me and hit the girl I was talking to in the shoulder. So that was the first time I'd ever heard.
Trina, can I ask, what kind of parties did you go to?
It was a desert party when we were kids. We used to do it all the time. And
when you say a desert party, to
it was
us,
just a place to go gather where there would be a water hole. Everybody'd bring their 4-wheel drives. They'd play music, drink beer. But some kids were playing with a gun, and they were spinning the revolver, and they were playing with it. It was an accidental. It wasn't even like they weren't trying to shoot nobody. It was an accident. So it wasn't like I was in a deadly place or anything, but it got crazier as I got older. But back then it was still pretty chill.
Now we know the girl was a partier.
Oh, heck yeah. I used to have 13 keggers when I was 13 years old. I was crazy, Wayne.
I'll tell you, I mean, hey, listen,
organizer.
right there with you. I mean, there were times where, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The most messed up I think I've ever been in public was at Gillies.
Oh boy.
Been drinking Lone Star beer, which is, but I think it was really the Quaaludes that did me in.
That'd do it, Wade. That would do it.
I mean, I don't know. It could have had a real thing, but yeah, I mean,
People
and isn't it odd?
Should not drive drunk.
I think all they had to do was, I think they poured me into the girl's car I was dating at the time. I mean, because literally it was
they
like,
did. Yeah.
And, well, Trina, when I think of you and I see who the projection that I register you as, you see, I see this really in tune individual, but the thing about it is, the way we got in tune was that we were playing our own tune back in the day. I mean, that's what it was about. I didn't have
a choice. Yeah, I had to follow my flow. I had to.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of things very young, very quick, and I didn't do any drugs or anything from the 3 days before I turned 17 years old. I went through all of my crazy shit before I turned 17 years old.
I love Shannon the Wise April Fool. She says Lone Star beers equals piss. Yeah. And Shannon, so I'm talking because I believe you live in Houston, I think in that general area.
Right on.
Do you remember back in the 70s, Liberty Hall? It was kind of downtown. It's where a lot of the acts were at. I saw Loggins and Messina there, just a lot of groups. But the thing about what I'm getting at, Trina, is that they used to sell $1 pitcher Lone Star beer.
Oh,
And,
wow. That's wow.
well, a
That's
dollar for a
cheap.
pitcher of
Yeah,
beer?
that's
Yeah.
cheap. Wow.
But
Wow.
boy, I've never had a worse headache in my whole life.
I
Anyway,
was gonna say, yeah, well, hangover from that'll hurt you.
that's why I don't. Number one, the reason I used to drink wine, I
Hmm.
really enjoyed wine. I
Uh-huh.
enjoyed the flavors, and I was I guess you say an uppity type wine drinker. I didn't
Hmm.
like drinking ghetto wine. Um,
Right. You like the
so
good
someone
stuff.
says, so what are you saying? I'm saying that, I liked good wine, but the problem I found was, again, in a dream, um, there is a spirit that's attached to that.
Oh, for
All
sure.
alcohol, the
For
fermentation.
sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a
But they call
cruel
it the
mistress.
spirits.
That's why they call it spirits.
Yep. They call it spirits. And yeah,
Yep.
it definitely does. That's so true. I think everything does. Everything.
So here's something that
Everything has an entity to it.
I've actually written out to a couple of these ghost hunters that were in there. They really ought to go into a liquor store, because if you're going to see potential paranormal activity, all you have to do is engage the spirits that are already there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, they seem like, I've never understood why ghosts always seem to be in the most crappiest of buildings. If I were a ghost, I'm going to the penthouse, baby.
Hmm. You know, they may not be seeing what we're seeing.
True.
So I think about that often. I'm like, why would they be circling here and staying here? But then sometimes I've seen that they're like, no, this is my home. This is where I used to be. This is my place. And it was their beautiful cottage or whatever is in their mind. So it could not
And
be
then
the
it gets
same
into that
place.
subject, though, Trina. Why are some trapped here? And then the question I'm asking, are they trapped? Are they just, do they want to stay? Why
I
is
think,
it that,
yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely their own choice. But I found most often either they're really confused or they're afraid. They're afraid of the punishment of God, like we've been taught. They're afraid of that.
wow.
So when they realize that no, it's okay, then a lot of them will leave. But yeah, it's powerful. It's
You see, and
powerful.
you just said something right there that just triggered in me as well. They were a fear of being punished by God. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I guess why I have and I dug deep finally to get free of that, because, I grew up with a person who was a parent figure that I was afraid of, because
Yeah,
I was afraid of being beat,
right. To death.
punished, you
Yeah.
know, and when you see, this is why there's times I just want to tell people, you got to get it out of your head, man. If your God is into punishment, run,
Hmm.
Forrest, run.
Right.
I mean, that's all I got to tell you is
Yeah.
run. So I've got the REM pod turned on just to let you know, in case maybe someone wants to come by and say
I
hello
just
to
said,
us.
Brian, Brian, Brian. Come
And I
on, my
got
friend.
the
Say hello.
EMF meter going. So guess what, Trina? I'm going to
What?
do this experiment. So got the electronic voice recorder, and I'm going to go into my meditation sessions with the electronic digital recorder going, to see if there are, in fact, I believe that there are spirits everywhere, and I believe
Oh
many
God.
times they're speaking to us. And particularly if you're into meditation,
Hmm.
is a really good time when, in my house, it's completely quiet.
Hmm.
And so I want to start setting it off and start seeing if, in fact, there are EVPs that can be captured in meditation.
Oh, I bet it's going to be a big window there. Big window. Big
Hold on a
window.
second. Hold on.
Frequencies are right, Wayne. It's like the antenna lines open up. I bet it's going to be very powerful.
This is just ridiculous. If that individual comes back, I don't know why I can't ban him personally. And I'm going to report this. This is anyway.
Moderators get them.
Yeah, folks, don't allow that kind of trash to be in here. I don't care if it's a bot. I don't care what it is, but moderators, I'd appreciate it if you just completely
this is a place where we get to explore all opinions and ideas, and if you don't like it, simply leave. It's okay.
Well, this is pornography.
Oh dear goodness.
Yeah, and you know,
yeah, and definitely don't allow that.
Yeah,
thank you, no-brainer, Shannon. Duh.
Yeah,
thank you, Shannon.
Yeah,
much love. Ooh, I hear the.
I was gonna say, boy, I mean,
they're here. Yeah.
Hold on, folks. This is wow. Yeah. Okay.
I said, Brian, come now, my friend.
Well,
Brian?
boy, I guess there, and it's odd that because the energy, because that type of nonsense that just, you want to go and just say what the hell's wrong
angels,
with you.
remove that, please.
Yes, just
Much
take
love.
care of them. And boy, when the intensity of I was watching on the chat, and all of a sudden it was like someone else was getting PO'd.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, listen, we've got friends on the other side. And if you want to come messing with us, so
we gave full permission for their divine intervention and intercession upon our behalf. So
yes, and I do not know.
We have given them authority to intervene on our behalf to protect, help, serve, and heal.
And it's so sad to see, I don't know what that is. I think it's a real person, but whoever that is the level.
Hi.
Excuse me.
Hi.
I mean, wow.
Much love.
Well, all I got to tell you, they're going to come kick your ass. It's going to be like that 3-year-old little girl. What are you going to do when the monsters come? Going to kick their ass.
Going to kick their ass. And I got lots of friends with me.
So why are you going to kick their ass? Because if they come to my house, they're going to try to kick my ass.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Yes. But it is sad that, that's where people's heads are at, that they're so, I call them reprobates. They're debased in their energy that it's like, wow. Someone says, I miss Milky Way. A new you. Yeah, we all do.
They're afraid, Wayne. They're just in fear because you're shattering their reality, and their ego is just freaking out and trying to defend what they believe to be true. And that's okay. That's a normal reaction. But, control your emotions and keep your trauma to yourself. Process it on your own time. Just because, we may trigger you, that's your trigger, not ours.
Who would Carl be to you, Wayne? Jenny, are you asking me that? I know a Carl, and he's passed over, and he's a cop. And I guess
that might be who was buzzing in.
Yeah, Carl would be. He's watched over me many times. He was just he was a story. It was a sad story about him, but anyway, he was a good cop. Good cop. A new you says, hey Wayne, I was wondering if you know how Steve and his sons were doing. Are you okay, I get it. All right.
I was just thinking, I was like, is that Brian? I was wondering if that was Brian, and it's going crazy.
Brian, he's a talking. I haven't heard from Steve in years. I don't know. I Steve Olson back in the days. I don't know. It's how it is, Trina, that there's many that come in our journey, and
yeah. Well, too, and I think it's beautiful because we're all adding to each other's consciousness, and then like he's still doing the planetary stuff, but you're moving into a whole new level of stuff, and that's why you went your separate ways, because you were going to go down into more of the theological and philosophical studies more than the planetary body studies and earth changes.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
got tired of worshiping death. And yes,
Right.
Jenny,
Right.
it was him. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Jenny. Well, Carl,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
love you, dude. How are you on the other side?
Yeah.
You know, I have this device right here that you could talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys have an open platform to speak.
yeah.
Xbox.
Let's
Gaming. FM.
no, let's go to. Excuse me, I'll turn that down. Let's see. Give me 1 second here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now.
All the little gadgets where we can try
Oh, I
to
tell you, they're just so
connect to
cool,
the
aren't they?
unseen realms. Well,
Yeah.
it's just it's good.
All right, got it recording.
I hear a lot of things.
Yeah, and that's why I'm recording it. I'll listen to the
Wow.
I'll listen to this later. I should have had it running while we were talking.
There seems like there's a lot going on there. Wow.
Sometimes the energy is really nice, like off the chart. Trina, this has been a
Yeah.
fun freaking show. It really has been. You
Always,
know, I just got to tell
always.
you, I'm just Wayne's going to be on Friday. Oh, yes, 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 yes. So Friday night, been invited over with the ladies on Andromeda 7.
Yay.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah. Let's see. No hump day message tomorrow. Have no power. You have no power, Nina?
Oh no, Nina.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got all you need, girl, to take care of that?
That
I bet
sucks.
she
I mean,
does. I have a
yeah.
feeling she does. That's why I'm asking,
Yeah.
because I know she's really smart. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, she's still here with us, so obviously she's not. She's doing
Yeah.
okay. You're
You
so
know,
great, Nina. I'm so
I just
glad
love
you
Nina.
know.
She's just,
Yeah, you just
I'll
know.
tell you, I'd have hired her back in the days in my marketing department.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Joe Sapien, you're welcome. Hey, David Barry is in the house.
Hi,
I know.
David.
David, we
Much
love you,
love.
brother. Just sending you
Yes.
lots and lots of energy. By the way, Jackie, thank you. I don't know if y'all got up this morning to see the full moon, but
Oh,
wow.
I saw last night. It was almost full.
This morning, as it was heading towards the mountains, because the mountains are directly west, this cloud came in and it had that, those multiplicity colors all around the moon. It was quite beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I bet it
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
saw
building
it.
is shutting down for repairs. Nina said that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow. That's that I haven't seen before. That's so we're hitting on two of the frequencies that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that is interesting.
Wow, very
That's the
interesting.
first time that has happened.
Wow.
So wow. Y'all are just so
Well,
great. Who is
I have a
Carl
feeling
Skyhart?
if we play with these things, Wayne, they'll probably get really, really
I'm
good.
going to do it each time that you and I come on Tuesdays. And, I've got two more pieces of equipment coming. And when they get here, we'll be able to just see what's going on,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See what we can see.
Hey, there's
Hear what we
more.
can hear. Yeah.
As they would say, there's more to heaven and earth than what is between our things there.
Two ears.
Yeah. So Trina, what's your schedule this week?
It feels like life is trying. I've been doing I've had a lot going on with my
Yeah, you
dog.
have.
And it's just been so much. Right now, it feels like it's just time to reset foundations of energy. I do know Pluto's arrival is very, very sooner now. It's very, very close. These alignments that are coming up are going to be, they're the same alignments that we had for the Revolutionary War and the independence drafting of our Constitution. This is the exact same alignment. This has not been here for over 200 years. So with Venus and Mars being less than 1 degree apart as of today, it's that the love and war planet are going to be side by side. So this is going to be the energy that we're going to be looking at, the battle between love and beauty and war. So Mars, send Mars lots of love and compassion, lots of love and compassion. And may he dance with the goddess Venus in beautiful harmony, because we're going to need to balance these two if we want things to have a better outcome for this planet. So be very conscious of what we're dealing with right now in the stars and in the heavens above us, because this has always had a very big impact upon the earth in previous times.
I agree. And that's the great thing about giving recognition to those of the unseen realm.
Yeah,
I believe
and the goddess, the mother, we need,
goddess,
and that's
yes.
also part of our earth. The earth is the expression of goddess manifest.
Someone said that they love the analogy is like, we just need to go back to mama. We all need that big hug from mama. And,
Yeah. Well, while we are physical, we are in her realm.
Yeah.
This is her realm.
Well, she's invited here every day, and we're going to just continue to elevate her.
Yes.
Because if we edify her, she'll edify us.
Well, like you said too, Wayne, the cleaning and the cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is going to do the majority of it? It's going to be her.
Yeah.
So with that,
I kind of figure that if okay, just that thought. I said, I want to be on the side of the cleaning lady. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I am a cleaning lady. That is wonderful.
Yes. That's because, the way I look at it, if she's going to start swinging the mop, I want to make sure that I got the pail right there. That's all.
That's right. I want to help her. I want to
exactly.
I want to help her clean up and help her restore that which needs to be restored, because nobody knows better than her. It's her body. She knows what needs to be fixed.
She's a groovy kind of gal. All right, Trina, much love to you, dear. Much love to the Soul Tribe, all the moderators. Thank you.
All of you.
We
so much
have,
love.
And it's love that actually gets, balances and reverts that energy of when we have the nonsense that tries to get in. And that's what's so cool. That's
and send lots of love to Canada and support, and to the whole world, Australia, everywhere that needs it. Really start to embrace each other, just loving each other and letting that love support them in any way that it needs to. Because we can just answer a lot of prayers that people need answered just through sending them love. And that love can manifest in a million ways to help them feel loved.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. All right, everybody. All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, moderators. I know it's been a challenging day, but we love everybody on that. And honk if you exactly. Nina, I love that. All right, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Okay.